Hi and welcome to day 19 of Inktober Tangles challenge. I'm Anica Gavro, it's a certified Zentangle teacher from Croatia. And I will proceed today with drawing some new tangles, but before that I will just add a few more orbs here on top. And then maybe I will add a little bit of shades and highlights to the letter and to these orbs. But let me first be consistent with the color of the orbs and add some color to them. You can see, oops, that was like a sloppy way to add color. I didn't really intend to do it very neatly. And I will just start because this is not dry now. So I need to start drawing and then later I can do these highlights and shades. But today I will start with the next tangle, which is Mrth. It's actually a fragment again. So this was a square fragment, but this fragment is has a really organic shape. And it almost like has a, let me just quickly sketch it for you. It's almost like a very blob-like thing, like this, very organic, different shapes. And then the next one starts with an aura line around the first one, and then you just continue adding another shape, and then again start with an aura line. And now you get the point, right? It will not be so easy here, but I will do what I can. And I will not go for the whole circle. I will stop before I make the whole circle, like here. And then with the next one, again, I will start with an aura line, add a shape, and stop before I close the shape. And then again, well, this one will be a little bit more awkward maybe, just because of the shape that I have here that I will follow. It also will probably make it a little bit more complex later when I start adding the lines. And the last one, maybe there will be two, but I think I will just make one that's a little bit bigger. So I did consistently the same thing. I started drawing it like an aura around whatever there was here. And now I will just add the rounding here, because obviously it didn't make sense to go into this narrow space here with an aura line. And I will ink it in so that there's some contrast between the tangles. And maybe I can do this. Okay, I think this is just good enough. And now, well, the original shape would be closed, but I do want to add something that I like here. I will start with this C shape somewhere, maybe not in the middle, maybe closer to this point on top. And then from that, I will start adding aura lines that kind of end outside of those. And it's just, well, let's say a tangulation of this tangle. I'm adding a little bit more weight, and you can see how I kind of start as an aura line and add weight to it, and then I just shoot it out and make it disappear towards the edge of the tile. Maybe I can remove this one a little bit away and then add another one and just flick it at one point. Then you can add a little bit more weight inside, and also expand this kind of a C shape from where it grows. And I will do that in each of these. So you can also start from the middle and add some width or some weight to the line. Of course, you might have a different style. This one really didn't go as an aura line. Yeah, I sometimes really just start rushing ahead instead of doing what the Zentangle method is about, which is slowing down, add deliberate lines, you know, intentional strokes. So do take your time, don't be like me. Do take your time and make each one of your strokes deliberate. And don't think that because I'm a certified Zentangle teacher and I have some experience here, you can see sometimes when I want to finish something, or when my mind wanders to whatever, you know, there's always something happening in our lives. So it's not always easy to focus only on creative work, and things interfere with our intentions. So it happens to me very frequently that I become impatient with my strokes, and that I rush, and that I need to remind myself, okay, just breathe and slow down and, you know, give it time. This is what it's about. And now for the lines that will go from this part to the edge, I'm thinking about maybe adding first. So this is not a part of the original step out, but I'll do it anyway. I'm adding this little aura line, a very narrow aura, around this C shape that I started with. And from that aura, I will shoot the lines. And you can see how I'm starting very close to each other at the central part, and then as I move away, I give them more space until I finally make them kind of curve towards the top. You see what I did here? And actually the original step out calls for this weighting at the bottom, and usually when I watch Maria do this, she usually does this with each individual stroke before doing the next one. But I sometimes find that it's easier for me to just finish the strokes first and then do this weighting, or adding more ink to the bottom of those lines. So it's just an option. Maybe you will find it easier too, or maybe you will find it easier to do it with each individual line. So now I will do the same with each of those four. And then my kind of dilemma again is, do I make the video, like increase the speed so that you don't go through each of those steps while I repeat them with me or not. And because most of you vote for no, we want to watch it at its original speed, we don't mind that, we prefer that, I will do that. And after I finish shading and highlighting the first one, I will just stop talking and let you enjoy your strokes, or if you want to enjoy my strokes, that's fine too, but I hope that you are tangling along with me, so you can watch me as I repeat this same thing 4 times or 3 more times. This is like a typical way of shading this and highlighting this kind of a reticulum. I don't know if you want to try something different, something original, or maybe you are fine with doing the same thing. Just blending this a little bit. Maybe I will add some more white. And with my gel pen, I will add a little bit of bright white here, and also, so this is also not a part of the original step out, but that's fine. I find it kind of strange, kind of cute. And then I will add shades to the bottom of these orbs. And of course, then highlights to the tops. And while I have this white charcoal pencil, which currently works well, let's hope it will stay like that, I will also add some highlights to the tops of my, to the top of my O. It's quite an elaborate and small O, so it's not like I have tons of space for shading and highlighting. Maybe you can hear my dog. I think she had her meal, and after she has her meal, she rolls around with her toys and barks at them. I don't know, it's just some silly thing she does. And for the shading of this O, I will add or use the same marker and add this darker trace to the bottom parts and to the right side. And finally, some gel pen to highlight these top parts of my little orbs. So this is it, and now I will continue and add the same lines, shapes, highlights, whatever, to these 3 Mrth shapes. But I will quit talking. I will tell you thank you for today and invite you to either stop the video or tangle along with me while you are listening to some soft music. Thank you.